I'm here at Wizard World Comic Con, where all stretches of pop culture have come together to celebrate their many aspects. Many fans of the pop culture have come to see their favorite stars and witness great merchandise all on sale at the event. Let's get right to it, shall we?
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, my name is Mike Watson. I am actually one of the team members of Legacy Rising Publications. We are a new imprint. We just launched July 30th of this year. We started with 5 books, and now we've expanded to 7 titles, and our first trade has been collected. We have a pretty diverse roster, but most of us are from Ohio. We have no shaming of race, size, sex, color. It does not matter. We believe anyone can be epic when it comes to the superheroics or being a dire or a vile villain. We want everyone to have some type of character they can gravitate to, and you can't always gravitate with someone with a 12-pack. So we want to have regular people as superheroes, regular people as supervillains, that type of thing. We have 7 titles, like I said, 3 superhero books, 2 fantasy stories, 1 cop detective story, and a leash baby kung fu story.
I don't know when I show up to a session whether or not I'm going to be able to have to do one of those, or several of them. And there is actually some thought that goes into a Kamehameha. A lot of that thought is how much air do I have? But there are moments where I will try to vary up the set of pitches I use based on Goku's damage state, what color the Kamehameha is, what kind of emotional state he is. And there are various, oddly enough, series of pitches that I will use for a Kamehameha, with maybe being a little flatter on the high end if it's meaner or if it's a more triumphant moment. There's lots of weird ways I color it just to keep it interesting, you know, and to make it fit the scene better. But the way you prepare is you don't really prepare before the session. What'll happen is you'll see it and go, oh, I got to do one of these.
My advice to anybody in everything, I never knew I wanted to be Mario. I never knew who Mario was, but my desire was to be happy. You know, so I would say follow your heart, follow your dreams, develop your passion and your joy, discover what it is that gives you that passion and joy, and unfold your life, because essentially you create your own destiny, you create your own reality, and you are the hero of your own game. So be a joyful one, be a happy one, and spread that joy and happiness to people, and you'll be a good hero.
The one in Monroeville for Steel City Con, it's very crammed because that convention center is a lot smaller. I like how this one's more open. And since this one's not as big as the Chicago one, it's easier to get through because there aren't as many people. So
definitely being the people and seeing a lot of the cool costumes here. Like, I was to see a costume, like, dude, how'd you make that? It's really cool. And I'll get like tips from them. It's like back and forth information. And most of the people here you meet are just so chill and relaxed, and it's just like a way to just de-stress if you had a rough week. Pass back to you.
For me, it's the kids. I really like, you know, even though with a character like Deadpool, like kids look up to like, you know, heroes, and they see Deadpool as kind of like a funny hero, not an anti-hero like most of us know. Because there's like, you know, the Ultimate Spider-Man version where he's like, you know, a kid's Deadpool, but yeah, just like giving them the positive experience that that we've all had growing up, watching movies, reading comic books, just live in person, and being able to do that for someone else. It always makes me feel good to come back.
So just because if you're not interested in superheroes or anything, doesn't mean you won't have a good time.
All right.
I'm Malik Farson, reporting from the David L. Lawrence Center for RMU Central Media.